Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. But today, we're actually going to be talking about China's internal AI war. Now, as you know, if you're a follower or listener of mine, I've been doing nothing but DeepSeek videos for the last 2 days, including a demonstration to show its bias and censorship, not to mention that it's just knocked a trillion dollars off of market caps. It's been absolutely insane lately. But this is heating up. This isn't going anywhere. And Reuters had a pretty good write-up on essentially what is happening here because, quite frankly, I'm a big fan of competition. I'm a fan in many ways of creative destruction. And I think China is about to burst out. Now, here's what's going on, because what we're talking about today is a couple different Chinese companies. First things first, the major Amazon competitor, Alibaba. Now, they basically today released a new version of their Qwen artificial intelligence model, version 2.5, and they are claiming that it actually surpasses the new DeepSeek V3, the one that basically sent the stocks into tailspins. Now, the unusual timing of Qwen's 2.5 Max's release, and for the record, it is the first day of the Lunar New Year in China, and so most people in China are off work with their families, and so it points to the pressure that Chinese AI startup DeepSeek's just astronomical explosion worth of a rise in the past 3 weeks has placed not just on basically its rivals here in the United States and elsewhere, but also in China itself. And to quote Alibaba, Qwen 2.5 Max outperforms almost across the board GPT-4o, DeepSeek V3, and Llama 3.1 405B. Now, this is according to Alibaba's cloud unit. This is their announcement on WeChat, which is basically one of the major social media platforms in China. And obviously referring to GPT-4o as OpenAI, and Llama is Meta's most advanced open source model as well. So DeepSeek's success has created a scramble among its domestic competitors in China to upgrade their AI models. And on top of this, 2 days before the release of DeepSeek R1, that's the big one that again went by storm, TikTok, basically their owner ByteDance, released an update to their flagship AI model, which claims to outperform the Microsoft-backed OpenAI's O1 in AIME, which is the AIME, which is essentially a benchmark test that measures how well AI models understand and respond to complex instructions. Now, this also echoed DeepSeek's claim that its R1 model rivaled OpenAI's O1 on several performance benchmarks. If you go look and watch the video that I did yesterday, it's literally a presentation on this where I put ChatGPT 4o, O1, basically right against the new DeepSeek model to see what the results would be. And as I mentioned, outside of censorship and bias, DeepSeek was cranking through questions vastly faster than ChatGPT's was. And their answers, for the record, were framed very similar, but obviously censorship and bias on the DeepSeek side. So this internal war has been going on for a while. We just don't get wind of it here in the United States. Now, the predecessor to DeepSeek's V3 model, obviously V2, triggered an AI model price war within China when it was released last May in 2024. And the fact that DeepSeek V2 was open source and super cheap. It's basically 1 yuan, which is roughly 14 cents American at the moment. Basically 1 yuan per 1 million tokens or units of data processed by the AI model, that then forced Alibaba's cloud unit to announce price cuts up to 97% on a range of models, because DeepSeek's basically just given this away. Anybody can use this. And I talked about that in the video I did a couple of days ago on essentially how they are destroying the AI industry. Now, Liang Wenfeng, who is the founder of DeepSeek, said in essentially a rare interview in Chinese media, basically this past July, that the startup did not care about price wars and that achieving AGI, or artificial general intelligence, was its main goal. And quite frankly, it seems like they've got a serious lead at the moment. Like I said the other day, they've essentially built a Ferrari hypercar for the cost of a Ford Taurus that gets 300 miles to the gallon, and they're basically giving everybody the keys for free. That is huge, and nobody really thinks, they spent a little less than $6 million to get this thing off the ground, but it's super cheap either way compared to what the others are doing, and they're doing it effectively. And so, to me, 2 things are clear here that I think we need to understand. First one is, China's internal competition for AI right now is producing some seriously efficient and effective AI products. And we'll obviously see long term how they do against the American ones like OpenAI, Anthropic, et cetera, as well as other countries in the long term. The other side of this is the United States itself is clearly in China's gun sights when it comes to AI. All of them are comparing themselves to the Chat GPTs of the world, etc., and trying to outperform that, essentially creating that race that I talked about the other day. So the question then becomes here in the United States is the $500 billion that President Trump just declared actually enough? Or is it possibly ensure long-term bloat? In other words, if we are looking at consuming more power, more data center, but we're not making the AI models more efficient, more streamlined, being able to run on leaner, in other words, less technology, less firepower, then China's got us coming and going 8 ways to Sunday. Now, the one thing I do know right now is that U.S. firms are scrambling, and they should be, because quite frankly, China's coming for AI, and I think they've got a lead. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And eventually on social media in China, probably, where we're all going to have to sign up. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private and informed. Take care.